All right, I'm giving it another try. I already recorded my recording for the day, but I'm not quite satisfied. I just had to get through it. But you know what? I did I did make some progress today. I'm no longer nowhere in a hole. Oh, I still gotta wait for my check. Well, we're a couple days closer, but I got enough money to eat a little something if I need to. The bills will be taken care of soon, and most importantly, I'm looking forward for a month worth of check with overtime included, I guess. Most definitely overtime, holiday overtime. Yeah, so that money should have gone in this Sunday, so by Friday, that's the check I'm getting. All right, moving on. Work. At this point, I accept that I have to work in order to make money. I do have a plan, but it all includes work. And I'm listening to this guy. He's 43 years old with a daughter. He sounds like me at 17, 18, 19, 20. Maybe all the way up to 23 and 24. Now, 30% of what he's saying makes sense. Another 30 is like, okay, I can see how in his situation he see it like that. And then the rest of it, I had to correct him in it. I think his YouTube channel is JP. I do see similarities in our channel. Come on. Damn, that was a decent trip. But hey, it happens. You can't have them all. But I'm gonna roll my windows up because I was getting somewhere with this video. Alright, hopefully that's better. Yeah, so JP, his YouTube channel, shout out to him. I subscribe, and usually when I take interest to a channel, I do go back to the first video they uploaded and work my way up. I didn't watch every video. I kind of stopped after like the first 5. And then before that, I was watching his latest videos. So I wanted to have an understanding of how he ended up there. And then, big dude, dark skin, with, dread, lock hairstyle. Kind of looks scary. But he got fired from one of his corporate jobs, basically. But the reason why I'm bringing him up is because the similarities into our channel and how what he's talking about. Like I said, 30% is something that, it reminds him, because I'm 30, he's 43. But, he's at the point where you can't talk him out of it because it's going to seem like, which I understand that feeling too. You're trying to get him to perform. And he's saying that he don't want to perform. He basically wants to do things that make him happy. The only difference is that it's tough because technically I gave in, right? I'm back to a job, but that's because I want to be able to fund my plans, But with him, it's like, all right, you have a kid, the mother already put you on child support, but you want to be jobless. Now, I will say his YouTube channel did get him, I think he just hit 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, 1,000 subscribers. He's getting some traction. I don't even have 2 subscribers, right? But I'm making content from watching his content. And I believe he's saying that he started about a month ago. So a month in, I'm on my 10th day. He's like a month or 2 in or something like that. And he got traction. What he's talking about, he found his niche, people that either agrees or people that disagrees, wants to do videos of him. Like I said, I'm more invisible than him. Like, he's a big dude, Black American. I'm an American citizen, but I'm just a, laid back dude. I'm not that big. I don't have any children and things like that. So I said this is that I came from those thoughts that he have now. It's just that I realized, the money's, well, he said you don't need the money, but I'm just saying the vehicle to do those things that make me happy on just gonna appear out of thin air. Somewhere to stay, your bills. I like having a car to get around, so that's just that. Being able to drive to a destination to get to what makes me happy has to do with my car. So I can't just say, I'm gonna just get a scooter. No shots at him, but that's what he has, to just, ride it locally and say that I don't want to work. But then again, I'm not fighting that. He might just need a couple months. Like I said, I took 2 years and I just drive Uber. And the minute, because I used to come from work and play NCAA football, or play GTA with the young kids. But I haven't touched those games since I started back driving rideshare, because it's just as similar. Like, it doesn't tire me out. Yeah, I could get burnt out. Sometimes you get stressed with dealing with people, but other than that, basically I found something that I don't really feel like work, because there's something about the instant pay, just watching the numbers and just being able to, do things that you want to do with that. So, yeah, so I did Uber while I took a 2-year trip. Not only it was the vehicle that helped me to travel, having time off 10 days here, 6 days here, month to month, all that. It also, gave me the peace of mind. When I didn't want to drive, I just didn't drive. So forth and so on. So now, he talks about some things, and I'm like, okay, cool, but if I had a daughter, I'd have to, not just a daughter, a child, you are a slave then, because once you impregnate a woman here in America, that's what you signed up for. Especially one that's gonna put you on child support, meaning that those ideas, those views, you didn't put her on your program. It's hard. Like, you have, like, let's just say, for example, you took on a wife and all of that, and you're not where you need to be in life. So after the wife, after a kid or two, then you start saying, "Oh, I want to move everybody to in this neighborhood," and everybody opposed that. What are you gonna do then? So I feel like you gotta do things in order. Yeah, I mean, people do wake up after the fact, after being in marriage, but believe you're gonna lose those people. You can't have it both ways, where you woke up and you expect your wife or your girlfriend, your baby mother, to be on the same path as you. So yeah, I'm like, yo, if I had children, a lot of those decisions I made wouldn't have been possible. I would have to hold on to that job. I can't just get up and say, yo, I'm burnt out. I'm not, But he doesn't say he's looking for jobs, but he's just using the moment to say that, having a job ain't what it cracked up to be. But, we all wish, I agree with the idea, but in this world, money is everything. It sucks that it's that way, You become homeless, certain public restroom, they might not even let you use it, for customers only, So money runs. That's just where we are, and I'm not gonna force it upon anybody. But I'm just saying, back to JP. He's saying that he's close to being homeless. Now, lucky for him, with 1,000 subscribers, I've seen things happen where if he does become homeless, some people it might even help with the channel better. So, I'm subscribed. I will see what happens, but yeah. So this is on YouTube, I'm about to get off my exit. I got a couple things to move around. I got to move my car for the week. Make sure that, because I won't be here for a couple days, make sure that I don't get a ticket when the street cleaning comes during the week. So I'm going to move it. Make sure it's good till I come back on Thursday. Ooh, so Thursday I have my appointment. That's right. So I may be going straight from work to the appointment, but it is at 1, so maybe I could just come home real quick and move the car. But I'm gonna try to peep the block that does not have street cleaning and see if I could just put it there so I could just be good overall. So yeah, I mean, I just touched up on the idea real quick. Most of the people don't know who I'm talking about, but like I said, I get what he's talking about. Like he says, he's not depressed. He's actually feel like he's teaching. Just like here, whatever I'm talking about, I'm not trying to be doom and gloom. I'm not depressed. I'm well over that. I'm actually at the mountaintop now. I've been to the mountaintop. I'm just coming back down to let people know, that, you know, once they get there, they will feel different. So keep moving, don't give up, and things like that. That's all to it, man. Like I said, I got a strict throat. I don't know. I snore in my sleep, so maybe I slept with my mouth open or something. So we're gonna stop the video right here. We'll catch you in the next one.